Hello everyone, this is another Gundam model review, and this time is a knockoff. Unfortunately, it's the Gogo model Sazabi Kai. Well, in my knowledge, I believe that Gogo is just TT Hongli, to be honest. But in this case, unlike the standard TT Hongli, this is a resin resin conversion kit to plastic model kit. Something that MC has been doing when they started up, and now seems to be slowly moving a bit further and further away from it. Hopefully, it will keep moving further away from it. And it seems like TT Hongli is trying to pick up the same bandwagon and trying to do it as well. So if the trend of some of the knockoff company are doing, sooner or later they might not be knockoff company anymore. Yeah, let's hope that it will happen. But yeah, at the moment it's just a bit of wishful thinking, really. But this is a Sazabi Kai, so something that you can't buy from Bandai. So there's some Photoshop. I think these are all the original resin conversion kit. Oh, it's 1:144 scale, by the way. But yeah, it's not a very good. It's not very good, really. This assembly instruction. There are a few mistakes in terms of the instruction, but yeah, they're pretty obvious and pretty easy to figure out. And yeah, there's a lot of typo and stuff in here as well. But yeah, it does give you enough instruction to work on it. A few photo shots, so you know what color to paint the kit in. Yeah, it's good enough. And here is the Sazabi EVO version. Actually, there's a Kai before somewhere. It's not Kai version, it's EVO version. Of course, I don't think I actually have seen the EVO, any sort of EVO version of Sazabi actually exists in the Gundam EVO OVA short videos. But yeah, this is probably someone's imagination of what a EVO version Sazabi would be compared to the Evolve New Gundam. So yeah, overall he looks pretty menacing. The plastic are all ABS, which means that standard polystyrene cement doesn't really work that well. It still reacts, it's still actually melted, and it can actually still melt the plastic to fuse them together. It just takes them a long while, and the fuse is not perfect compared to what you would do with polystyrene. But yeah, just a quick look 360 of the kit. It does look really good, and it solves some of the complaint that I always have about the Sazabi, being that it looks way too fat. It doesn't look strong and powerful. The original Sazabi, it looks a little bit overweight. But in this case, this Sazabi has a much thinner weight. They also give him a slightly thinner thigh, which overall makes him look a lot more sleek. And yeah, it comes with some accessory, namely the beam rifle. I think it's a shotgun actually, and the big shield. Inside there is his the partly beam and partly axe beam hawk, which is not usable because that's it. It doesn't have any beam effect part to attach onto it, so you can't really use it. You do see the 3 tornado grenade, but you can't really take them out. You can unplug them, but there's no hand here to hold it. Oh yeah, it does come with 2 hands. No, 3 hands. One left fist, which is completely closed, and there's no hole there. A right fist for holding the gun, and a extra right fist for holding nothing. So it's another closed fist. So yeah, that's all of the fist. And you'll be wondering, where are the beam saber? Then if there's a beam hawk and can't use it, no, it doesn't have a beam saber. What about bazooka? No, it doesn't have a bazooka. What else does it have? Oh, it has something. He has 2 tanks on the back, and he has 6 bits on the top, which, just like the original Sazabi kit, can split open somehow. There you go. Yep, you can split it apart to show the bit coming out, except the bit is plugged in extremely hard, so they can't come out that well. Not to mention that even if you unplug them, this kit doesn't come with any of the bit with the fin open. So what else? Oh yeah, let's talk about articulations. Okay, well, if there is any articulations, the head does turn left and right a little bit and up and down, but you might notice that there are two tiny little bits of plastic there. They are supposed to be the tube that connects the head to the body, and they are not soft or anything, so they are just stuck at that angle. So if you lift the head too high, they're sticking out, and that looks wrong. So which means that the head is going to go kept pointing downward almost all the time, unless I modify it. The shoulder armor has a little flap here, so it does go up and down. The shoulder armor is independently jointed, so it does move up and down. There is a joint on the inside which allows the whole arm to actually tilt forward and backward. The arm can actually go out. There is a swivel joint there which allows the arm to be rotated 360. There is an elbow joint here which allows it to bend exactly 90 degrees. There is actually another swivel joint because this actually plugged into a polycap down there, so this can actually rotate 360 down here, 360 independently as well. And the hand is actually plugged in a ball joint, so it can rotate 360 as well if it's not holding the shotgun rifle, shotgun beam, shotgun rifle, whatever it is. But yeah, so you can plug this in, and that will rotate 360. The waist, to be honest, there's no waist. The reason being, the two side skirt armor is plugged to the main body, which means when you're trying to rotate it, they will hit the front skirt or the back skirt. Talk about front and back skirt. The front skirt are independently joined, so they can move up and down quite a bit. And we'll talk about that after that. The back skirt is jointed as well, so it can go up and down and rotate slightly left to right. Okay, let's talk about that. The backpack. Both of these bit holder can rotate in and out, up and down, and you've seen that open. So I'm not going to explain it anymore. The canister can wiggle around and rotate a little bit. Yeah, rotate 360 as well. There's no point. There's a little thruster here which can go up and down a little bit as well, and there is a fin underneath it to control it as well, and that not really plugs in. It just sits in there, and it goes up and down a little bit as well, and it does come out almost really often as well. So I'm going to glue it in sooner or later after this review. And yeah, there's two panels here that's supposed to cover the polycap where the canister plugs in, and those are a bit loose as well. So I'm going to glue that as well. Let's see, the leg. The leg is one of those a pack into pack joints, so it can go up forward and backward pretty well. It can go out pretty well, except this side skirt doesn't actually go up a lot. So that's more or less the most you can get out of it. But because of that, there's also extra swivel, so the whole leg can rotate like that. There's a knee joint, so it gives you exactly 90 degrees again. And let's see, there is a polycap that is plugged on the swivel joint, which allows the inner leg assembly to go forward and backward a little bit, like that, as you can see. And then, but it doesn't actually allow you to rotate it or rotate it a little bit, but it doesn't allow you to go sideways at all. The leg is put onto a ball joint, which means that it can actually wiggle backward and forward and side to side and a little bit sideways, and that's a big but, there is a set of pistons on the front and a set of pistons on the back. They all plug into a tiny little ball joint, one on the front, one on the back, and there is no room for movement on them at all, which means that you can't really move the ankle at all thanks to those. You can move up to the point of the piston and then any further and the plug out. So that's all the movement you can get out of them. Which means that Sazabi can't really spread his leg, because when he spread his leg, he can't actually twist the ankle to keep him standing flat. And yep, one more bit of articulation is the shield. The shield is clipped onto the back of the left arm with a swivel joint here and here, which means this whole shield can rotate down, up. Yeah, you can go wherever you want. From what I could gather so far, this Sazabi kit is actually surprisingly well put together. Actually, it's not too fragile. One or two of the bitten pieces that I have it falling apart, I really do expect them to fall apart anyway. I will expect it to have problem on a Bandai kit, and I will expect it to be even worse on a knockoff kit. And in here, yeah, it's slightly worse than normal, but no biggie. Or just me being too tolerant, probably. It does come with one of these standard stand to keep Sazabi up in the air, which is probably a good thing because Sazabi can't really pose that well. Another thing that this Sazabi Evolve kit come with is all of this. These are alternative parts which has a sleeve styling on them, as in the gold trim, the black sleeve and gold trim. They have a piece for the knee, one for the back of the arm, one for the main body on the chest, and two for the collar. They're quite easy to swap anyway. You can just unplug them. Okay, I'm not going to change all of them. I'm not going to change the one on the collar because those are a little bit difficult to unplug and plug back in. But the only thing that's different is that they add an extra bit of gold trim there onto those two sides. But the one on the front of the body and the one on the back of the arm does actually add quite a lot of regal look to it. The look that the sleeves version of the Xeon mobile suit, Neon Xeon mobile suit in Unicron does. Yeah, pretty nice. Except for one little niggle is that the color is wrong. According to the instruction, that to have it in the sleeves version, this needs to be in red, and this needs to be in black, and this needs to be in red. So this one is actually wrong color, and it's wrong for the standard Sazabi as well, because when all of those are red, this is supposed to be black, and that little bit is supposed to be red as well. So it's wrong again. So it's not actually a matching color to neither the Sazabi or the Neon Xeon or the sleeves version. Let's do a size comparison. So 1:144 Sazabi made 1:144 Ixia. Someone shrunk by Ixia. And here is the MC New Gundam. Now this that's a I decided to put all of the fin funnel on his back, and he's really back heavy now. But either case, that's all right. I'm going to hold it here. Wow, actually did not realize Sazabi is actually, this version of Sazabi is actually still taller than this version of New Gundam. I know in the real one, the Sazabi is taller than the New Gundam, but I didn't realize. Didn't realize this EVO version Sazabi from another manufacturer is still slightly taller than another company's New Gundam. And yet, Ixia is still tiny between the two of them. So yeah, this is basically it. Would I recommend this kit? No, actually, not really, because his lack of posability, his plastic being of a really difficult type to use. I have to say that I also have a lot of seamline problem when I build this kit. It will take a lot of work to do. The only reason that you probably want to buy this is because the resin kit is even more difficult to build. I can imagine that the resin conversion kit is going to be much worse to achieve any sort of good result, even compared to this thing. So yeah, get this if you really want to have the EVO version of Sazabi and you can't afford or don't have the skill to actually build a resin kit properly. I have to say I'm one of those people who's not very good at resin kit at all, which is why I go for this thing when I see it. And I was buying something else. So yeah, this is basically it. Join me next time for another review.